or maybe that's it. Okay, there you go, figured it out.
Thanks, Jessica.
Okay. I'll mute this. Okay, again, we're going to start. Emotions are trigger peptides. So they have information carrying molecules that bind to and react with cell receptors. So just going a little bit deeper, they are very intelligent, like emotions are very intelligent, okay? They carry a message throughout your body. So there's the three brains. So science reveals there are a complex neutral processing function in the mind, heart, and gut. So the mind is the director. Have you guys heard this before? The heart is the discerner and the gut is the processor. If they all need to be, they're all connected. So we'll go a little bit more into this in a second, but the mind, the director, the subconscious mind directs over 90% of our behavior. Okay. This is the subconscious brain. This is all just the habits that you've got going on. The heart's the discerner. So there's more neural pathways run from the heart to the brain than from the brain to the heart. Not crazy? It's amazing. So the gut is the processor, and this is what's processing everything. It's breaking things down. So 90% of the body's serotonin and other good feel-good chemicals are produced in the gut, right? So this is really important to remember. So feelings are really chemicals that can help you or hurt you. So by a raise of hand or to say, like, you don't have to say anything, but just think to yourself, like, how many of you struggle with, say, stress? Sometimes we have some stress, right? We can have different emotions, right, that we struggle with, and they will create a chemical response in our bodies, and it can hurt us if it's too much. So the connection of all three of those equals wellness. So connect three brains to feel good: the mind, the heart, and the gut. Okay, so here's an example to just clarify this a little bit more. So you have a life experience. Then you go to the processing. I have to figure this out. I feel overwhelmed. I'm stuck. Those different areas. See, she's thinking it, she's feeling it, and it's in her gut as well. I'm stuck. Then her reaction is she has head tension. This is the emotional response to this, the physical from the emotion. Okay. Conflicted feelings, unsettled gut. So you can have your digestive system shut off from stress. Like it will stop digesting. Done. Until that stress goes back down. So a lot of people who have chronic stress also have a lot of gut health issues. It's very interesting, the connection between the emotions and the physical. And then it goes into the belief. So you have this life experience, you process it, you have a reaction, and then it goes to, now this is what I believe in my head. And it's like you're watering these weeds, like, I'm not good enough. So I was talking to someone a couple of days ago, and one of their beliefs was, I'm overwhelmed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm overwhelmed. So like, it just can be a different belief that might come up at the end. So, but is this like totally true? Like, I'm not good enough. Is that true? You would ask yourself these questions. So we want to question our beliefs in our head because they're not always true. I'm trying to think of an example that just happened recently. So but these emotional weeds can start growing. See, there's a weed right there, and they can get rooting and anchoring in and really dig deep into our brain or into our mind. And that's what we pull up every time. So let's talk about trust issues. Like maybe something happened in your past that broke your trust. And then you process this and you're like, I don't trust people anymore. And that's your new belief. And then I don't trust people. But is that the lesson of the story? Was that like the experience that you had, was that to teach you to not trust? Or was there a deeper lesson there? Okay. Like a lesson for growing. So essential oils, this is how essential oils help support healthy emotions. So essential oils support healthy cell function. They anchor healthy biochemistry. And of course, if there's any questions, you guys put them in the chat or raise your hand for sure, okay, as we're talking. So they support the healthy cell to work better and best. They anchor healthy biochemistry. They promote physical and emotional detox. So if you, it's kind of, I look at it like a balloon, okay? So with emotions, it can expand like this. You can be so full of emotions and so stuck that you're ready to explode. But there has to be a way for you to decompress and move the emotions out in a healthy way instead of like explosions, okay? So it's, and we'll explode in different ways. It's called an emotional home. So wherever your emotions naturally take you, or maybe you've been patterned that way. So it could be anger. You might, when your balloon pops, that means anger, or it might be overwhelm or anxiety, or even like self-loathing, like I'm a terrible person because I did it again. Just depends on your emotional home. So the oils help to detox and release that pressure, so there's more space for healthiness. Does that make sense? There's more space. So it helps to move the emotions. We need to feel to heal. Everything you resist persists. Okay, so if you're always resisting, it's going to persist. But if you're like, why am I feeling this anger? I'm going to just sit with this for a minute. This is one of my favorite kits, the emotion kit. And I'm going to get out my forgive oil. And I'm going to just breathe. When I'm angry, and I think, okay, where do I feel this in my body? Some people will feel it in their neck tension, their whole neck will go, or their heart hurts, or they feel like their brain's going to explode when they're angry. There's different places will hold the emotion. Your back aches. This lady I was talking to today, she's like, I have this hip injury. And I'm like, oh, she's like, and I'm in so much nerve pain, and and then she's telling me about all these anger issues she has behind the scenes. And I was like, so, and she's like, I go to the chiropractor, but what's interesting? It's actually not the hip that I hurt. It's the other hip now. And I was like, wait, so it moved to the other hip, like your other hip hurts and it's not the one that you hurt? She's like, yeah, it's really weird. I'm like, so there's an emotional connection to that. So those mystery things that happen in your body. So did you know that one single drop of oil equals 40 million trillion molecules? These chemical compounds serve as every cell of the body in a matter of minutes. They send a message to every cell in your body. So they say it takes like just seconds when you smell an essential oil to go right into the limbic center where your emotions are and to help with your mood. It just takes seconds to go through that blood-brain barrier. It's so quick. Okay, so I want to talk about purity. If you know anything about essential oils, who here has noticed essential oils everywhere? Like the dollar store and Walmart and Costco and yeah, it's like, me? Yeah. Okay. So not all essential oils are created equal. So there are some that are synthetic. So they are toxic chemical fragrances. There's different grades of essential oils, okay? And then there's cooking extracts and flavorings. And then there's therapeutic, so unregulated standard, compromised quality, and marginal health benefits. So, and then there's certified therapeutic grade. So that those doTERRAs are certified therapeutic grade. So they're medicinal grade. So they're considered medicine. There's a lot of adulteration when it comes to essential oils, and there's no regulation either. So people will mask and put in fillers and create a real toxic cocktail with the essential oils that are very dangerous. Okay. So I highly recommend getting a medicinal certified pure therapeutic grade oil. Okay. So essential oils are extracted from plants and harvested in their natural habitat. That really matters. In doTERRA, they have stringent in-house and third-party testing. So I've seen their testing facilities. They are massive, and they are like testing these oils to make sure that their chemistry is right. The medicinal properties are right. There's nothing in that oil that shouldn't be. So you're safe to take it internally. Actually, this is one of the ways to use it. Hold on a second. I need to just mute someone. Okay. So did you know essential oils are dynamic, supplying targeted support for your healthy emotions and body? They are so amazing to target what's needed. So say with Bob, right? Bob's using Breathe in his CPAP machine. That is targeted, going straight into his respiratory system and helping him to open that up and be able to breathe better, just using a eucalyptus and peppermint and specific oils that just open the respiratory system. And you sleep better, you get more oxygen into your body, and you just feel better and probably have more energy. Yes? Yeah. So how to shift your mood. So there's 3 ways to use the oils. So smell is the fastest way to affect your mood, always. So all you have to do is get it onto your hands, put it into the diffuser, and those molecules have direct access to the limbic center, that area in your brain where your emotions are. Just like this, straight through that olfactory nerve, straight to that limbic center. It is so powerful and so quick. And there are about 10 million of us in doTERRA now spreading oils across the world because they work and they're so beautiful and so healing, so helpful. So it just takes just that little smell and you'll feel your whole body kind of calm down. It's the medicine from the plant. It's very potent, it's very pure, and it does what it's meant to. So one of the oils that I love is called Balance. Balance. So there's a lady who I'm working with who I'm a life coach, but she struggles with balance, like walking balance, you know? So this is very grounding to the energy of the body, and it helps to balance your body out, but it also helps you relieve anxious feelings. So you can put it on your hand, and it has trees and calming oils like Roman chamomile and stuff. You smell it, it has the most beautiful smell. So I have this oil by my bed, and I use it and put it onto my feet every morning and night. And it just helps my body to just be balanced and calm for the day. And those are just some of the self-care rituals that I do. So topically, they'll stimulate self-repair. Okay. So you can apply them on the back of your neck, across your forehead, or on the bottoms of your feet. Your feet have the biggest pores in your body, so that's a really great place to put them. You can put it over the area of your heart. So say, for instance, you are carrying some grief. Okay. So here's an oil called Console. This one really helps with grief. So I usually put Console on my heart, but you might carry that somewhere else. It just depends where you would hold that emotion, but you can just put it onto your heart. That's a really great place. Put it onto your hands and just smell it deeply. And it just helps to relieve that heaviness. It's only, I call it a heaven hug. That's what it does. Okay. So another one is you can apply it over your stomach area or the bottoms of your feet. So another client I was working with, I was like, okay, so when you get like this trigger and you're like so angry, where do you feel it in your body? She's like, well, I definitely feel it in my stomach, like crazy stomach aches. I was like, okay, we'll put the oil on your stomach. Okay. Get it on the area of your body that it needs it to support that area. So it depends on the oil, but that's a great place. So grief, you can use even Breathe oil with grief. Supports emotional cleansing and respiratory function, just like helping you to breathe. It's like giving you a reprieve. So like extra breath when you're struggling with grief. So that's one emotion. So the last one is internally. So they balance chemical reactions inside the body. So the difference between essential oils from somewhere else, like with the dollar store and stuff, and doTERRA, you'll see on the bottle, it'll say on the bottle that it can be taken internally. And 99% of essential oils say do not take internally because they are not safe to take internally. So that should give you a little flag on, is this a healthy oil? If I can't even put it, I can't take it internally, but I can put it onto my skin. And we know that this is the largest organ and it soaks right into our bodies. So just consider that as well when you're using essential oils. So CPTG, certified pure therapeutic grade, is what this is called. Oils that are labeled for dietary use may be taken under the tongue, in water, or in a gel cap to support overall health. So this one really helps. So with immune vulnerability, gives emotional strength and boosts immune function. So say if you're going through some emotional, when you're stressed, let's just even go to stress because lots of people deal with that emotion. It will weaken your immune system. It'll suck the life force out of you. And it's really hard on your adrenals. So emotionally, you can use this one to boost you back up so you're not vulnerable to, because when our bodies are weak or emotionally or physically, we are very vulnerable to, say, different viruses, different diseases, different things going around, viruses, flus, I mean. So that one really helps if you're feeling that. So you would just take a couple drops. All you need is 2 drops per application if you're taking oils internally. Okay. And this bottle has about 200 and something 40 drops. So this bottle will last a really long time in its medicine. Okay. So we also teach lifestyle choices are so huge. So we're not thinking like, okay, so essential oils are just going to solve all your problems. They're like magic pills, magic beans, magic whatever. They're not. What they're designed to do is support you in a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so Deep Blue is really great for owies, and you might have a lot of pain and arthritis or something, but there's something deeper going on. There's something deeper going on in the body. So we talk about increased water intake. So adding a couple drops of lemon oil is a really great idea to flush. Like every morning I'll put lemon oil in this big jar to help flush out toxins, flush out things in my organs that might be in there. So it's like a daily mini detox. And the difference between, everyone asks, like, what's the difference between juice and oil? So I'll just tell you guys now. The oil is the rind. So it's actually more astringent. It's stronger. So it will pull out more toxins. And I also like the convenience of just having, like, just dropping in oils instead of having to squeeze juice. So it has a different chemistry, but it's still good. They're both good. Okay. We also teach people to increase exercise and movement. And this is really important because you have to move your lymph. Your lymph in your body is like your septic system. So if you have lumps, different areas of your body, those are your lymph nodes that have the lumps in them. And it's just saying that you are getting backed up. So I would really encourage you to support your elimination systems and move your body. Like if you can't run or walk, get a rebounder, do some stretching. There's always things we can do to move our bodies. Ride a bike, like get on those, ride on bikes, indoor bikes, just something to keep your body moving and that lymph moving, because you got to get out what you're detoxing. Okay. Resting and meditating. Resting is huge. That's how your body repairs. And also meditating. Does anyone meditate? Take some time to meditate, or even just get quiet and listen and just still your mind. Give yourself some permission to just still your mind. I've been doing that for a little while and it's been really, really helpful. The meditations and then improving your diet. Absolutely. Right. The wholeness, like the mind, body, spirit. So when you're putting in foods that are very acidic, they're very processed, you know, they're not good for you and you know it, and you're eating them, it's going to cause more inflammation, more pain, more digestive issues, more absorption issues. Like all those things will happen if you make those choices. So we recognize that we're on a journey. We're not here to be like, we're perfect and you need to follow us. It's more like we're all on a journey of healing. And some of us might be a little bit farther ahead on the path. And we're like wanting you to come along, you know, we're working together to help each other be healthier and more well. Okay. So this is the emotional support wheel. And these are the oils that I was showing you a little bit earlier. So what are you feeling right now? So when you're struggling with your emotions, this is a mini wheel that comes with these oils. And this is a really great kit. You can also get it as a touch kit, which I also love. These long skinny bottles, and they're already diluted. So I really like these, okay? But figuring out what you're feeling. So see how there's these different words here? And it's guiding you on what oils you might consider using if you're struggling with these emotions. So what this is teaching you is how to be responsible for your emotions and to get your brain to be supported and soothed and create new thoughts, new beliefs, and new ways of thinking, I guess is the way to put it. So with emotions, you can get really caught in negative emotions, feeling gloomy, feeling distressed, feeling bored, disinterested, bitter, angry, sad, grieving, hurt, worried. See all those heavy words? Even apathetic, like I just don't care anymore. Some people feel numb. They're numb. They just can't feel anymore. It just hurts to turn on the feelings. You know what I'm saying? So, because, you know, those traumas from the past can be real, right? They hurt. So sometimes we can create, they're called heart walls, these protection, energetic protection. So we actually can't feel a lot of stuff. But what happens is if you do that, and it's kind of a subconscious protection mechanism, we can't feel anything. It's not just sorrow and grief. It's love and joy and like all those other higher emotions, because you've shut everything down. So this is the basic beginner emotion kit. So there's peace. This one is supporting feelings of reassurance and composure and returning peace and presence. So this one just calms you down to peace. So like anxiousness and being fearful and worried and insecure, it's just going to bring you to peace. Okay. The other one I really love is motivate. So this is like, if you need a little kick in the butt, there's just some things there's like, I just can't get motivated in this. I just keep sabotaging myself or giving myself excuses or whatever. So you're using motivate intentionally to help you move. So I have a friend who would put it in her diffuser by her bed right when she started. So she had like a water bottle there and have it ready. And so she just lie and smell it for a while. And then you're like, okay, I'll get up now. Like it just helped her move in that way. So it strengthens belief in yourself, increases courage, confidence, and unleashes creativity to manifest powerful results from your best efforts. Doesn't that sound awesome? This oil smells so good. Like it's awesome. Cheer is one of my family's favorites. We call it the sunshine oil because it's yellow, but it just smells like sunshine almost. So my daughter, who's 8, I have 6 boys and 1 girl. I don't know if you know this. So there's a lot of testosterone going on in our family, and she's a very emotional creature like me. And so she'll get in these little, I don't know if you guys have daughters or had daughters that like, or even boys, I'm sure, would like, they get in like a mood and they just like just ornery. So I would take the roller bottle and I just take the lid off and I put it under her nose. And this is her favorite oil. And I'd time it, it'd be like 45 seconds. She'd be like, and then she'd be like, I love this oil. I love this smell. That's like, Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. But what it just like helped move that emotion. And kids are so open and it works so quickly with them. So oils are really great to use with kids. It's super cute to watch them. So it creates a bright disposition, cheerful attitude, boosts happiness and positivity. If you struggle with seasonal depression, like it's winter all the time where we live, cheer is a really great oil to support you through this stuff, or any other thing that you might need cheer for. Passion is the inspiring blend. So it rekindles excitement and inspires the willingness to take risks and make new discoveries. It's like your fire of creativity is burning and excitement. You know how you get in those, like in the grind of life and you're like in the trenches and you're like, oh, I just need like happy, like passion, excitement in my life. So this is what it kindles. It just is like, and all these creative juices start flowing and sparking. It's an awesome oil. Then forgive is the renewing blend, of course, and it is gonna it's the oil of releasing. So it's gonna release. And I always start with forgive. We all need to forgive, right? And we're okay to say that. We all have stuff we got to forgive ourselves for, others for, and we want to stay in an energy of forgiveness. And then we'll come up with things that will come up again, and we're soothing with forgive. Like, so I always start with forgive, especially if people are really like emotionally stuck, like locked in. Forgive is a really great one to start with. So if you have like family members or someone you know that they're just like a ball of issues that's just ready to explode, like forgive oil. I have someone, I won't tell you who it is, but it was like someone close to me who she got her doTERRA order and it kept ordering. And she was like, I don't know why I keep getting this stupid forgive oil. And I hate the smell. And I was like, well, how many do you have? She's like, I have like 5. And I was like, okay, well, there might be a reason this is happening. And she's like, well, I hate the smell. And I was like, okay, can you just use it? Like put it on your feet. Just put it on your feet. If you know, like, anyways, there's a lot of trauma in the backstory. So she's like, fine. And that's the beautiful thing about is I'm being willing, even if you're willing to be willing, but willing is a big word to do your work, even if you hate the smell. So she puts it on her feet, put socks on. First, she had her husband put it on her feet and then put her socks on so she didn't touch it. And she started releasing. So this is a crazy story, but she lost 30 pounds just from using forgive oil. So just like contemplate that for a moment, how powerful your emotions can be. And she did nothing else but put forgive on her feet to support that emotional release and to help release that weight. And I was like, that's amazing. Can I share your story? She's like, yeah, sure. Like, because it's totally cool. Anyway, so this is the last one is console. This is the comforting blend. We talked about this before, feeling more hopeful, comforted, and emotionally balanced. This is like if you're hurt, grieving, sad. I give console to anyone who's lost someone that they love, or they're going through a really hard time. Like having that like hug, like that emotional hug, that it's gonna be okay, is such a powerful, it's such an amazing gift, first of all. So with Marie and I, like we do a lot of symphony the cells. It's like a massage technique that you do with the oils up the spine and you're rubbing it on their feet, and it releases so many trapped emotions. Like people will weep and sob on my massage table, but I rub them down and then I shut the door and then they let it go. So it's fine. They're totally okay with that. But it's like just giving people an outlet to move these emotions through. And when we're helping people, it is truly such a gift to be able to help someone stay with grief. So you're like, what can you do with someone's really grieving or struggling or having a hard time? And you're like, I can bring them cookies. You know, that's so super nice and very kind and thoughtful. But what if you like went and brought them some console oil and like ministered to them? like help them put it on and to teach them how to use it and just be there and just help them with that emotional support. That's what people really, really need. They need that more than anything. And it helps them to truly feel loved. I helped this man, I feel like I'm going on in tangents. What time is it? Okay. I just got a couple more minutes, but he's had, I think it's 6 deaths in his family in the past couple of years. One of them is his wife, like it's his son, like it's on and on, like the trauma of like all the deaths. And so his daughter messaged me and she lives with him and his new wife. And she's like, can you just come help my dad? Like, he just needs help. He's having all these health issues now from the emotional traumas. It's now affecting his physical body. So I went over and I did this massage technique on him. I taught his new wife how to do it for him. So you're empowering them. And he just wept. And we just had such a spiritual experience together, like all of us, the whole family. And I felt so grateful. I left the house, like feeling so grateful that I could minister and serve them in that way. And empower them with some tools that will really help them in their healing emotionally. So that was really, really fun.
Hey, Chelsea, can I add something?
Yes, please.
You know how I love doing the Symphony of the Cells? And I just wanted to add, like, because these oils are created by God through the plants, as you know, and they have, like you said, the love, like it helps us to release negative emotions, but also to nourish with light and truth. And this is really powerful because, like, of course, we want to heal our bodies, but like our hearts and our spirit. And through the oils, it goes in your heart. So there's this love and connection to nourish and balance your system. So as someone, it's funny because when someone finishes, like you said, they stay in the room, as my massage room, for like 5-10 minutes. But when they get out, like their faces, the color changed. The color of the face, like the light, it's just so amazing. So and you don't need to be sick to feel the emotion, like the power of the oils. Like some ladies, they came and they were like, how do you feel? I feel great. But when they left, they were shining more, It really, each oil has like a truth that it possesses to heal your heart, and it's love. Like it's like, I feel like each bottle, there's love in it. So
it was funny, Chelsea. This is months and months and months ago, but we were having a tough week, and I was supposed to talk with my wife in sacrament meeting, and the topic was joy. Or something. The topic was joy. And it was the hardest week that we had in a long, long, long time. And I was not feeling joy.
It's like, I'm not talking to them.
I said to her, she's in the corner, she's doing her meditation or something. And I said, I don't know about you, but I'm not talking this Sunday. I'm calling him right now. I'm not talking.
I'm not talking
I
about
said,
joy.
how can I talk about joy when it's just not there? And she looks at me for a second, she pauses, and then she says, can I do a symphony on you?
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever. And so I take off my shirt and she does this symphony, and honest to goodness, like I was bawling, and it just went straight to my soul, and it opened me up. And I felt so much love, and I felt the bitterness and the anger that was inside of me just disappear. And it was one of the most beautiful experiences, and it was a great experience for both of us. Mm-hmm. But it let me connect to my soul again that was kind of disconnected at the time.
Thank you so much. I love that. You guys, like, these guys are such great examples of just goodness. I appreciate your guys' story. Made me think of that day, like a long time ago, a few years ago. I was coming through to go to a Doterra convention, and like I stopped at Tomi's house. She lives in Idaho Falls. And I was like, Tomi, I need to put oils on you. And she's like, what? I need to come over and put oils on you. And I'm like rubbing her feet. Tomi, do you mind if I'm sharing this? I'm like rubbing her feet with all these oils. I'm like, she needs rose oil. She needs this oil. And she's like, telling me these stories and she's like crying. And she's like, I don't even know why I'm crying. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I've done all kinds of fun oils on Tommy. So hey, thanks for letting me do that, Tommy.
No big deal. That was good. Release.
Yes, it was like releasing. Yes, it was releasing.
Can I ask your friend, what is a symphony, or what did she call it? Symphony?
Yeah. What's this?
I can't really see that very good.
So this is a
It's a
book.
book. Okay.
So like when I did those oils up your back that one time,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
what this is, but it has all the protocols for different health ailments. And one of them is for there's a forgiveness protocol, there's an amoebic, which is like an emotional supporting one. And then there's like cardiovascular and, you know, but you can get this on aromatools.com. It's just called Symphony of the Cells, and it has all these cool protocols in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, you need that book. Get that book. It's
Okay.
Okay. So what am I planting? Here's some questions to ask yourself. What are you planting? Like Marie's talking about the plants and like the nurturing, like the nourishment, why that's so important. Like you're fueling your body. And so one of the things that we talk a lot about too, because there is a mind gut connection, right? So absorption, nutrients, all of those things are connected to your mental health and your emotional health. So something that we use all the time is the vitamins. I don't know if you've heard of the doTERRA vitamins, and if you are a vitamin taker or not, these are phenomenal to balance your body. And they also have essential oils that enhance your absorption on a cellular level. So I'm a celiac, very healthy. Before I took the vitamins, and from now, it's a drastic difference in my body. Like so huge, and they've really changed my life. So, and then they have like these gut health things like lemon we talked about. Zendocrine is a detoxing, like so detoxing some of the things out of the body that you need to detox. There's a probiotic, there's a GX Assist is a gut cleansing. They're oils, but it's in a capsule, and you do it for 10 days to kill anything in your gut you don't want in there. That's a really neat thing to do. Like I do that twice a year. I'll do a gut cleanse with this GX Assist. And then the Terrazyme is an enzyme that helps break down the food so you can absorb better. So it just helps with that overall. Okay. So these kits are different. So at the very beginning with doTERRA, these are a couple of the beginning ones too. At the beginning of doTERRA, if you do not have a doTERRA membership, I'm going to explain how this works. If you're interested and think, I want to start trying essential oils, I think this might be a good decision for me. I think these will really add some value. I have some goals with my health. I want some emotional health goals. Like I want to move things forward. Okay. So doTERRA works kind of like a Costco card. Okay. It is so it's $35 US, 42 Canadian for the whole year, just like you would pay for a Costco card. Then you have a membership, and then you can purchase oils all year for that full year for 25% off their wholesale prices. Okay, that's pretty much all there is to it. So like when you need oils, you can go onto your account and get what you need, right? The really cool thing about the oils though is with doTERRA at the beginning, they have oils in bulk. You've probably had been to different classes and things that they start out with a kit. So doTERRA does the same thing with the kits because they put them into the kits as like they're cheaper because they're in bulk. So the oils are a little bit cheaper because they're bulk together, and then they waive that enrollment fee. So you get the membership fee for free. So you don't have to pay that $35 US or 42 Canadian. That comes for free with the kit. Okay, so there's a few kits available. These are a couple of the kits that you can choose from. So with the membership as well, if you purchase, this is the only time you can choose a kit. So you can just get a membership and purchase some oils. That's okay. But if you choose a kit and you don't have to pay for the membership fee and they come in bulk, so you have that option. Okay. but this is the only time you can purchase a kit. So I always recommend people getting a kit because it's just such a better value. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. So I just want to make sure that there's anything else. Okay. So I just wanted to add, you guys, that when you start healing your emotional parts of you, the physical comes along. Like, just like I'm saying with my friend who is using the forgive, and the physical came along because she supported the emotions. The root is the emotions and the belief behind those emotions. So what the belief is actually the root, getting to the belief, because it's the pattern that's creating the havoc in the body. So what we do in our team is we educate you, we support you, we help you on your wellness journey. That's what we do. We have a community of people that are amazing. We gather and we learn more together. We do classes every Saturday, different topics. So if you're on this wellness, like, I'm ready for this, I'm ready to move my health forward, I'm ready to start using essential oils, I want to start giving this a try, I'm feeling good about this, those sorts of feelings, yes, make sure you talk to the person who invited you. They're going to follow up with you and say, hey, what did you think? How can I support you? What are you ready for? A great thing to really think about is, what are your top health concerns? Because we just addressed the emotional side. There's a whole physical side too. Like, the oils support the physical needs as well. And we can dive more into that specifically for you and your physical needs. So before they reach out to you, it's really great to have that list, like the top 3 things, like I need help with this, or maybe my son needs help with this, or my husband, or whoever, right? My mother, just who needs help and how can we best support them? Are there any questions, any comments, anything anyone wants to share before we end? Anybody? Okay. No one? We're good. Everyone's quiet today. And I can only see a few faces, and they're like, don't ask me.
So we've talked a lot about physical things, and like you said, there's a lot of we've talked a lot about emotional things. One of my biggest loves in doTERRA is the physical aspect, because my work is very, very, very physical, and so I'm oftentimes in pain. And there are products out there that really help with pain. The deep blue and the peppermint and the copaiba. But I'll have days where I can't stand up. At the end, I'm doing stairs and I can't literally stand up. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I still have to finish this job. And there's an oil called Deep Blue and a cream that I keep in my van. I keep it with my water bottle. So this is my water bottle. And then I have all of my oils in the van, and I'll literally put it on my back, and within seconds it works. It makes me able to stand up. And so it's when we're blessed and we see our bodies change, all I want to do is share that. And so at clients' houses, I'll say, are you ever in pain? And then I'll give them my Deep Blue and copaiba and say, go to the bathroom and put this on. And it's so awesome. When our lives are changed, we just want to share. And so I'm really grateful that we have the opportunity with doTERRA to share.
And also with our families, because, the children, they're learning how to heal themselves and go through the emotion and physically. So they learn with us how to use the oils every day. They recognize the oils. They know which plant they need. And I think it's a tool that is amazing to teach our children also. And for me, like, one thing that like 7 years ago, we had a big trauma in our family. Some people died, and like my digestive system, like just shut down. Like I lost 35 pounds in like 2 months and a half. I couldn't eat. And I went to so many doctors, and I saw 12 doctors. They did all the camera tests in my stomach, like every test that you can imagine. And I was desperate. Like I was praying for a solution because I couldn't eat. Like it was just blocked. Exactly what you said, Chelsea, before. And I was stuck there with these emotion, and I had so much inflammation, like in my body. I could feel like inflammation. I was telling the doctor, like, they said, no, your blood is perfect. But I was like, I had pain. I knew that the stress in my organs and everything, like it was really intense. And for years I started doing diet, nutrition, like juices, and it got a little better, yes. But when I started with the vitamins, the Doterra vitamins, Chelsea proposed to me, like, try the vitamins. And my body, like after 2 weeks, my digestive system started like working really normal again, and the inflammation like really, and I have nothing, like no inflammation anymore, like zero. And for me it's like a miracle. Like I'm like, what? And my energy with the vitamin is up. Like I have so much more energy. I sleep better.
And your hair grows.
My kids say, Mom, you have more eyebrows than my hair. And I'm like, but it's just like I feel my body was not absorbing the nutrients, because yes, I was eating well and everything, but with the inflammation, sometimes with the stress causes inflammation in our body, and we don't absorb the nutrients in our gut. And so our brain, like Chelsea taught us, like it's starving vitamins, it's starving the nutrients. And then we have like, disorder that can come with the stress, depression and different things. Well, yeah, this is my experience. So really grateful for the vitamins.
Thank you so much. So I want you to consider too, before whoever invited you reaches out, there are 3 types of people that come into doTERRA. So I want you to see what kind of person you are. Okay. So the first type of person that comes into doTERRA is like excited to use the oils and to just incorporate the learning into themselves and their families, and they're good like that. And we support these people with education classes, like I was saying, every Saturday, and you come and learn with us and incorporate that into your lifestyle. The second type of person is someone who loves to share. They're like, oh my goodness, my mom needs this, my brother, my dad, like my neighbor, this is me. Okay, like this is who I am. I was like, the world needs essential oils. As soon as I started having this experience for myself, I was like so passionate. I'm going to Marie's house and I'm like, Marie, you need these oils and you need these vitamins. And she's like, okay, why are you like so? And I'm like, no, seriously, like they're life changing. And then she has this experience and I'm like, see, like, I'm serious. Like, this is what happens. It's amazing. And so anyways, those are people are called sharers. All right. And doTERRA actually rewards people who share, and they'll help to pay for your products. Okay. So it's this little program you can do, and it's called like Free Natural Healthcare. And there's thousands and thousands of people in doTERRA that do this and receive free natural healthcare. So this is an option for you. The last person might be someone being like, you know what? I love health and wellness, and I could really enjoy teaching and educating and doing what Chelsea's doing, like do a doTERRA business and help people get well and teach them how with these tools. Like, I think I could be really passionate and good at this. And maybe you need finances. Maybe you need a purpose. Maybe you want to do something bigger than what you're doing. There's some people like, I just feel like I want to do more in the world. I just want to like help more people. And, when this calls to you, you'll know, right? And people will self-identify if it's them. So getting into doTERRA is like, people are like, I'm not a seller. I'm like, you're just a customer. Until you say, I want to do a doTERRA business, then you can, but everyone's just a customer and no one's going to pressure you to do any sort of a business. So don't you worry about that. Okay. We're just here to support you getting well and moving forward. So when you're talking to whoever invited you, tell them all I care about is this, like, oh, this is what I am. All right. One of those first, second, or third type of person. All right. You guys are wonderful, amazing. I'm so proud of you for taking your time today. Really learning how to support yourselves better emotionally, physically. This matters. You matter. Living your calling and purpose matters. And we cannot do that when we're not well, right? We need to be well. And so this is our purpose and our mission in Doterra, helping you and helping you get more well, and you helping your families. The ripple effect is real. And my life has been completely changed by having essential oils in my family, having these emotional tools. I've had 17-year-old boys crying their heart out, and I'm putting oils on them and having that tool for my family, my daughter, like I was sharing. The tools are invaluable to have. And then the support I have for myself as well. So I can do things like this and get on here and teach and feel peaceful and great and grateful. That's what I feel. So thank you so much for your time, you guys. And you have a wonderful night. And please have your 3 top health concerns ready. And we'll move you forward to getting more healthy and well. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Thank you. Have a great day or evening. Bye.